What if the walking your doctor told you to do every day is the very thing that's holding you back? Walking is good. Let's be clear about that. It supports circulation, keeps joints moving, and helps maintain baseline activity. But what if it's not enough for you anymore? What if the routine you trust most has quietly become the ceiling that stops your body from rebuilding strength, stability, and responsiveness after 60? This is not meant to challenge your discipline. It's meant to challenge the assumption that one movement pattern solves every aging-related shift happening beneath the surface. As an ER surgeon, I want you to pause and think with me for a moment, and I'm going to ask you directly, how can steady walking repair the fast-twitch muscle fibers that protect you when you stumble? How can it rebuild joint stabilization when movement remains predictable and forward only? How does it restore balance reflexes that activate when your footing suddenly changes? And how does it fully stimulate metabolic signaling, which is the chemical communication system that tells muscles to rebuild stronger after effort, if the effort never challenges new ranges or resistance? These are not rhetorical questions. They come from years of watching outcomes when movement variety is missing. Walking maintains function. Targeted exercise builds function. That difference becomes critical after 60 when circulation efficiency, meaning how effectively oxygen and nutrients reach tissues, and neuromuscular coordination, meaning how brain and muscles communicate during movement, require varied stimulus rather than repetition. In this video, we will reveal 5 home exercises ranked from supportive to most impactful that go beyond walking in activating these deeper systems. And stay with me because number 2 produce stability responses in comparative mobility observation that many viewers never expect. Supporting material tied to these insights can be found in the description section below. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How old are you and where are you watching from? Share below because I genuinely read and respond whenever possible, so your experiences stay part of this discussion. Now let's begin, because what you're about to discover in exercise number 5 is something simple you can try at home today that many people overlook entirely. Number 5. Wall push-ups for upper body and bone strength. Most people over 60 do not realize that their upper body is slowly wasting away, and walking does absolutely nothing to stop it. A study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that adults over the age of 60 lose approximately 3% of their upper body muscle mass every single year if they do not actively work against it. That means by the time you reach 70, you could have lost nearly a third of the strength you had in your arms, shoulders, and chest just a decade earlier. This is not just about appearance or vanity. This kind of upper body weakness is directly linked to an inability to catch yourself during a fall, difficulty getting up from the floor if you do fall, and even trouble performing basic daily tasks like carrying groceries, opening heavy doors, or lifting yourself out of a bathtub. Orthopedic surgeons specifically recommend wall push-ups because they load your wrist bones, your shoulder joints, and your spine in a way that stimulates bone density without the joint stress that traditional floor push-ups create. To do this exercise at home, you simply stand about 2 feet away from a sturdy wall. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart, and slowly bend your elbows to bring your chest toward the wall while keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. Then you press yourself back to the starting position by straightening your arms fully. The key to getting maximum benefit is to go slowly, taking about 3 full seconds to lower yourself in, and 3 full seconds to push back out. This slow tempo forces your muscles to work harder and creates more mechanical loading on your bones that triggers new bone growth. You want to aim for 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, and as you get stronger over the coming weeks, you can increase the challenge simply by stepping your feet a little farther from the wall, which increases the angle and puts more of your body weight into the movement. The beauty of wall push-ups is that they are completely adjustable to your current fitness level, and they require nothing except a solid wall in your home. Researchers at Tufts University found that older adults who performed push-up variations 3 times per week for just 12 weeks showed measurable improvements in upper arm bone density and a significant increase in the kind of functional pushing strength that protects you during a fall. This one simple movement can be the difference between catching yourself on a countertop or ending up on the floor with a broken wrist. And what makes wall push-ups even more valuable is that they also strengthen your core muscles, because holding your body in that straight line from head to heels requires your abdominal muscles to engage throughout every single repetition. Many seniors do not realize that their core weakness is contributing to their poor posture and back pain. And wall push-ups quietly address that problem while building the upper body strength your body is losing with every passing year. But if upper body strength matters this much, wait until you hear what the next exercise does for the part of your body that aging attacks the hardest. Before we roll on, hit like and make sure you're subscribed. The next part might surprise you. Number 4. Standing calf raises for circulation and ankle stability. Here is something your doctor probably never told you, and it is one of the most important things you will hear today. Your calf muscles are not just the back of your lower legs. They are actually your body's second heart. That is not an exaggeration or a metaphor. Medical professionals literally refer to the calf muscles as the peripheral heart because they are responsible for pumping blood back up from your feet and lower legs to your actual heart. When your calf muscles weaken, and they absolutely do weaken with age, especially if walking is your only exercise, blood begins to pool in your lower extremities. This leads to swelling in the ankles and feet, increased risk of blood clots, varicose veins, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs that so many people over 60 just accept as a normal part of getting older. A study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that older adults with weak calf muscles had significantly poorer circulation and a measurably higher risk of developing deep vein thrombosis compared to those who actively strengthened their calves. But that is only half the story. Your calf muscles also play a critical role in ankle stability, and weak ankles are one of the top 3 reasons older adults lose their balance and fall. To perform standing calf raises at home, you simply stand behind a sturdy chair or next to a kitchen counter and place your fingertips lightly on the surface for balance. Then you slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you can. Hold that top position for 2 full seconds, and then lower yourself back down, taking about 3 seconds on the way down. That slow lowering phase is where most of the strengthening magic happens, because it creates what exercise scientists call an eccentric contraction, which is the most effective type of muscle contraction for building strength and stability in older adults. You want to do 15 to 20 repetitions for 2 to 3 sets, and you can do this exercise while waiting for your coffee to brew or while watching television. To get the absolute maximum benefit, try doing a variation where you stand on one leg at a time, which doubles the workload on each calf and dramatically improves your single leg balance at the same time. A research team at the University of Tokyo found that seniors who performed daily calf raises for 8 weeks improved their ankle stability by over 35% and reported significantly less leg swelling and fatigue by the end of the study. This is a movement that takes less than 5 minutes, requires zero equipment, and directly protects both your circulation and your balance every single day. Many people over 60 have been told by their doctors to wear compression socks or elevate their legs to deal with swelling, but very few have been told that strengthening their calf muscles through this one exercise can address the root cause rather than just managing the symptoms. Your calves are meant to pump blood upward with every contraction, and when you strengthen them, you are essentially upgrading your body's built-in circulation system. Now that you understand how critical your lower legs are, the next exercise targets the one area that controls almost everything about how you move, sit, and stand. Number 3. Seated knee extensions for protecting your knee joints. If you are over 60 and you have ever felt pain, stiffness, or weakness in your knees, this exercise might be the single most important thing you learn today. Your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs, are the primary shock absorbers and stabilizers for your knee joints. Every time you walk, climb stairs, sit down, or stand up, your quadriceps are doing the heavy lifting to protect the delicate cartilage and ligaments inside your knee. Here is the problem. A landmark study from the Arthritis Foundation found that quadriceps weakness is the #1 modifiable risk factor for knee osteoarthritis progression in adults over 60. That means weak thigh muscles are not just a symptom of knee problems, they are actually one of the primary causes. When your quadriceps weaken, your knee joint absorbs far more impact with every step, and that accelerated wear and tear is what leads to the grinding, the swelling, and the pain that so many seniors experience. Orthopedic surgeons consistently rank quadriceps strengthening as the most important non-surgical intervention for knee health, and the seated knee extension is the safest and most effective way to do it at home. To perform this exercise, sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and your feet flat on the floor, and slowly straighten one leg out in front of you, lifting your foot until your leg is fully extended and parallel to the ground. Hold that position at the top for 3 full seconds, squeezing your thigh muscle as hard as you comfortably can, and then slowly lower your foot back to the floor over another 3 seconds. That hold at the top is absolutely essential because it activates the portion of your quadriceps called the vastus medialis oblique, which is the teardrop-shaped muscle on the inside of your knee that is most responsible for keeping your kneecap tracking properly and your joint stable. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions on each leg for 2 to 3 sets, and focus entirely on quality over speed. The slower you go, the more your muscle has to work, and the more protection you are building for your knee joint. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy found that older adults who performed seated knee extensions 5 days per week for 6 weeks experienced a 44% reduction in knee pain and a significant improvement in their ability to climb stairs and get up from a chair without assistance. If you have been told you need a knee replacement, or if you are trying to avoid one, this is the exercise that orthopedic surgeons want you doing every single day at home. It requires nothing but a chair, and it directly rebuilds the muscle that acts as your knee's natural brace. What makes this exercise even more remarkable is that it is completely joint-friendly because the seated position eliminates the impact and compression forces that make so many other leg exercises painful or dangerous for people with existing knee issues. You are strengthening the muscles that protect the joint without stressing the joint itself, and that is exactly why orthopedic surgeons consider it the gold standard for knee rehabilitation and prevention. That was powerful, but the exercise coming up next targets something even more fundamental, something that controls whether you can live independently or not. Number 2. Single leg stands for fall prevention and brain-body connection. Falls are not just inconvenient accidents for people over 60, they are life-altering and sometimes life-ending events. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 falls every single year, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in that age group. Those are not just statistics. Behind every one of those numbers is a real person who lost their independence, their confidence, or their life because of a fall that could have been prevented. And here is what most people do not understand about balance. It is not something you either have or you do not have. Balance is a skill that your brain and body maintain through constant practice, and when you stop challenging your balance system, it deteriorates rapidly. Walking on flat ground does almost nothing to challenge your balance because you always have both feet on the ground and you are moving in a predictable straight line. The single leg stand is the exercise that changes everything because it forces your brain, your inner ear, your vision, and every small stabilizer muscle in your legs and core to work together in real time to keep you upright. A remarkable study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that the inability to stand on one leg for 10 seconds was associated with nearly double the risk of death from any cause over the following 7 years. That is how powerfully connected your balance is to your overall health. To do this exercise safely at home, stand next to a kitchen counter or sturdy chair with your fingertips lightly touching the surface for safety. Lift one foot just a few inches off the ground and hold that position for as long as you can, aiming for 30 seconds on each leg. Keep your eyes focused on a fixed point straight ahead because your visual system plays a huge role in balance, and looking around while standing on one leg makes it dramatically harder. Once you can comfortably hold 30 seconds on each leg with your fingertips on the counter, progress by gradually reducing how much you touch the surface until you are balancing completely on your own. The ultimate challenge is to perform the single leg stand with your eyes closed, which removes the visual component and forces your proprioceptive system, which is your body's internal sense of where it is in space, to do all the work. Research from the University of Pittsburgh found that seniors who practiced single-leg balance exercises for just 10 minutes a day reduced their fall risk by an astonishing 53% within 3 months. This exercise literally rewires the connection between your brain and your body, and that connection is what keeps you safe every single time you step over a curb, turn a corner, or get out of bed in the dark. 10 minutes a day, no equipment, no gym, just you and your own 2 feet. And it could save your life. The beauty of this exercise is that you can practice it anywhere at any time throughout your day. You can do it while brushing your teeth, while waiting for food to heat up, or while standing in line at the store. Every single second you spend on one leg is training your brain and body to keep you safe, and those seconds add up to a dramatically lower risk of the kind of devastating fall that changes everything. Everything you have heard so far is critically important, but the number one exercise on this list is in a category all by itself, and when you hear the science behind it, you will understand exactly why. Number 1. Chair squats for total body strength and independent living. This is it. This is the exercise that every orthopedic surgeon, every geriatric specialist, and every physical therapist in the world would choose if they could only recommend one single movement to every person over 60. The chair squat, also known as the sit-to-stand exercise, is the most functional and most important exercise you can do at home, and the research behind it is absolutely overwhelming. A massive study published by Harvard Medical School identified the ability to sit down and stand up from a chair without using your hands as the single greatest predictor of whether an older adult will maintain their independence or end up requiring assisted living. Think about that for a moment. The simple act of sitting down and standing back up predicts your future independence more accurately than almost any medical test your doctor can run. The reason is that this one movement requires your quadriceps, your glutes, your hamstrings, your core muscles, your calf muscles, and your back muscles to all fire together in a coordinated chain. It is the exact same movement pattern you use to get off the toilet, get out of a car, get up from a dining chair, and get out of bed. When you lose the ability to perform this movement, you lose the ability to live on your own. And it happens gradually, so gradually that most people do not realize they are losing it until it is almost gone. To perform the chair squat at home, stand in front of a sturdy chair with your feet about hip-width apart and your toes pointing slightly outward. Extend your arms out in front of you for counterbalance, or cross them over your chest if you feel stable. Slowly lower yourself down toward the chair by pushing your hips back and bending your knees, taking a full 3 to 4 seconds to descend. Lightly touch the chair with your backside, but do not sit down fully or relax your muscles. The moment you feel the chair beneath you, immediately press through your heels and stand back up, driving your hips forward and squeezing your glutes at the top. That brief touch without fully sitting is the secret that transforms this from a simple sit-to-stand into a genuine strengthening exercise, because it keeps tension on your muscles throughout the entire movement and teaches your body to generate force from the bottom of the squat where most falls happen. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions and focus on making every single rep slow and controlled. As you progress and get stronger, you can increase the difficulty by holding a water bottle or a light household object against your chest for added resistance, or by using a slightly lower chair, which increases how far your muscles have to work through the movement. A clinical study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society followed over 2,000 adults aged 60 to 85 and found that those who could perform repeated chair stands with good form had a 67% lower risk of being admitted to a nursing home over the following 5 years compared to those who struggled with the movement. Another study from the Mayo Clinic found that the sit-to-stand exercise improved lower body strength by over 30% in just 8 weeks when performed daily, and participants reported being able to climb stairs more easily, walk longer distances, and get in and out of their cars without needing to grab the door frame. This is not just an exercise. This is a declaration that you are going to remain strong, independent, and in control of your own life for years and decades to come. Every time you stand up from that chair, you are training your body to keep doing the one movement that separates independent living from dependence. No gym membership, no fancy equipment, no complicated routines. Just you, a chair, and the decision to show up for yourself every single day. If these 5 exercises opened your eyes to what is truly possible for your body after 60, then do me one small favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video that could change your health and your life. Every single week, we bring you the latest science-backed information to help you stay strong, stay healthy, and stay independent. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next one.